Welcome back, guys. This is the most important part of the day. What's really cool about this part is it's Bible time. It's Bible lesson time. So it's like you're putting something in you that you will always have forever. That's what God's word is like. So you put it all the way in and you have it for the rest of your life. It's really, really cool investment, if you know what that means. So I want to give you a really cool Bible story. Actually, one of my favorites. It's about this young boy named David. Can you say that with me? David, very good. So this young boy named David was very special. The Bible actually says that this young boy was after God's own heart. So it was a really close friend of God's, which is really cool. And so David, this young boy, was hand-chosen by God. And he was actually the youngest one of his brothers. And David was given some missions in life. And I'm going to talk of the two missions in this particular story that he was given. So the first mission that David was given was by his mom. She said, "Hey, I want you to go and feed your brothers. They're down in the battlefield, and I need you to take them food." So David was like, "I got this." So he got his basket, he put in his sandwiches, his snacks, his veggies, his fruit, and he put it all together, and he was proud of this basket that he was about to deliver to his brothers. His mission, right? So he went down to the battlefield, he gave his brothers lunch, and he was feeling confident. But he noticed that everyone was really scared, hiding behind rocks and caves and running and for dear life. And he looked, and there was a giant, and his name was Goliath, and he was massive. And he said, "If anybody dares to defeat me, come meet me here on the battlefield." And everyone was hiding behind rocks and in caves and running for their life. No one stepped up. So David was like, "Well, I'm here. So this is my mission. This is my second mission." So he was like, I'll do it. So the town was excited. So the warriors, they started putting on armor on this young boy, David. They put on armor that was made for big warriors, big adults, and put all this armor on him and gave him a big sword. And he fell over. He couldn't even handle all of the weight. It was too much. It was too big for him. It didn't fit him. It wasn't fitting like everyone else. David was different. He was a young boy. Couldn't fit all of that. And you know what happened? David said, "I don't need all of this." And he took off all of his armor and he threw the sword and he said, "I don't need it. I have faith. And I have a really cool slingshot." And so David went down to the creek and he picked out 5 smooth stones. Can you say 5 smooth stones? Good job. So David picked out these 5 smooth stones, put them in his pocket, and went back to the battlefield. And I bet you he planted 2 feet and he looked up at that big giant Goliath and he put a stone in his slingshot. And he was just twirling, rounding it up. And what began to happen is all that faith began to give him extra strength. And God began to give him all this strength and precision and aim. And all of a sudden, he let that smooth stone go. And it hit Goliath in the middle of his head. And down came crashing Goliath, this man who is huge, so tall. He came crashing down and was defeated by one small boy who had enough faith and enough tenacity and enough grit to say, "God, if you trust me with this, and if I have this just small amount of faith, and you're willing to defeat this big giant, man, God, I'm gonna really serve you forever. You just proved it. You just used me." And you know what, boys and girls? Just like David was a young boy, and they tried to just put all this stuff on him and make him something that he wasn't. Maybe sometimes that's what's happening to you. Someone wants to try to make you feel like you should be a certain way or talk a certain way. And you know what? God made you just like you are. Just like you are, just like he made David. And he gave David this really cool gift of aim, and he was able to just throw the stone and knock Goliath down. And you know what? You possess that same faith on the inside of you to create big things, to do impossible things. You might be young and little, but I always say that doesn't matter because you are powerful, you're strong, you're mighty. And if you could just get a little bit of faith down in there, oh man, there's no telling what you can do. For more Bible lessons, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to know when a new Bible lesson is up. To watch this entire episode, make sure to click the link below, and remember, even though you are small, you are still powerful. We love you, boys and girls, and we'll see you next time on Destiny Kids.